Episode 5, Part 1. Through the Eyes of Our Loved Ones. Welcome back to Bridging the Gap, understanding both sides. One goal, healing. I'm Kristina Fox, and today we're talking about one of the most emotional and misunderstood parts of addiction, the relapse. For many of us who love someone struggling with addiction, relapse doesn't just feel like another setback. It feels like our hearts breaking all over again. We remember the excitement when they agreed to treatment, the relief when they completed rehab, the hope we allowed ourselves to feel. We started dreaming again. Maybe this time it worked. Maybe this is the beginning of the life they've always deserved. Or maybe we'll finally sleep through the night without wondering if the phone is going to ring. Then it happens, things start changing. You see the patterns returning. Maybe they're more distant, or you see it in their eyes. And then the lies begin. And our hearts sink. We find ourselves thinking, here we go again. Relapse often happens long before they take a substance. You notice that they slowly or completely stop working their recovery. You may hear them say things like, they don't need the meetings anymore, or you notice that they stop going to counseling. For many of us, relapse doesn't just reopen today's wounds. It reopens every wound that came before it. Every overdose, every arrest, every treatment center, every broken promise, every sleepless night, and every single tear that we have cried. We feel like giving up. Sometimes we begin blaming ourselves for the relapse. I shouldn't have let my guard down, or I should have seen the signs. This isn't because we stopped loving them, but because we're trying to protect our own hearts. As we go on with this fight, we quickly learn that recovery isn't ever a straight line. Some people never relapse, while others can relapse several times before recovery finally takes hold. Some leave treatment after a few days in, while some complete treatment and relapse months later. They may get to sober living and tell you that they are ready to come home. They got it because they don't want to follow the house rules or don't like their housemates. Some enter rehab over and over and over again before something finally changes. That doesn't make it any less painful for us or them. Every return to treatment brings hope, and every relapse brings grief. If you are in recovery or thinking about taking the leap toward sobriety, please hear this. When we celebrate your sobriety, we are celebrating because we love you. When we cry or become angry after a relapse, we're crying because we love you. We're angry also because we love you. Our heartbreak isn't proof that we've given up. It's proof that we never stopped hoping. That doesn't mean that we have stopped setting healthy boundaries. Sometimes, relapse requires us to set stronger boundaries than before, because hope without boundaries, most of the time, becomes enabling. And stronger boundaries means that we just refuse to participate in behaviors that keep addiction alive. We become more cautious. We stop believing words and are now waiting for actions. Your addiction has taught us that trust takes time to rebuild. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for consistency, and we know that will take time for all of us. My hope is that you will be able to catch the warning signs for yourself before a relapse even happens. In Part 2, we'll cross the bridge and talk about relapse through the eyes of recovery. Because while we're grieving another relapse, many people in recovery are carrying something just as heavy: shame. I thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode helped you in any way, I hope you'll listen to Part 2, then like, share, and follow the podcast. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future episode, I'd truly love to hear from you. To connect with me, please visit KristinaFoxAuthor.com. From there, you can explore my books, listen to the podcast, read the blog, subscribe to my newsletter, and connect with me across all of my social media platforms. Until next time, protect your peace, choose healthy boundaries, and remember to take care of yourself. Bridging the Gap, Episode 5, Part 2. Through the Eyes of Recovery. Welcome back to Bridging the Gap, understanding both sides. One goal, healing. Now, let's cross the bridge. If you've ever relapsed, if you're thinking about getting clean, or if you're already walking the road of recovery, this episode is for you. And if you've never struggled with addiction, I hope you'll stay. Because this side of relapse is one many of our loved ones never get to see. When someone relapses, the outside world often sees only one thing. They're back at it. They're high again. They're drinking again. But on the inside, it often feels much bigger than that. Most of us don't wake up planning to relapse. Many genuinely believed this time would be different. You walked into treatment with hope. You completed rehab. Maybe you stayed sober for a day, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, or maybe even years. Maybe you left rehab early because you convinced yourself you were ready. Maybe treatment became uncomfortable. The emotions became too much. Or addiction convinced you that you didn't belong there. Then one decision, one trigger, one moment of weakness, one painful event, or one bad choice. And suddenly, you're back where you swore you'd never be again. The shame is loud. It's overwhelming. You begin asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? Everyone believed in me. I've let everyone down. Maybe I should just give up. Sometimes the hardest part isn't the relapse itself. It's facing the people we love afterward. Looking into the eyes of someone who celebrated our sobriety, knowing we've hurt them again. Returning to treatment after a relapse can be one of the hardest things we'll ever do. Many of us are ashamed to make the phone call, ashamed to walk back through those same doors, ashamed to call the counselor, ashamed to admit, I need help again. To our loved ones, I'd like you to hear something. Returning to treatment isn't failure. Asking for help again isn't failure. Starting over isn't failure. Giving up is. Recovery is rarely a straight path. For some, it is. But for many, it's a road filled with detours. The goal isn't to celebrate relapse. The goal is to celebrate returning. Returning to treatment. Returning to honesty. Returning to recovery. Returning to hope. If you've relapsed, don't let shame convince you your story is over. Learn from it. Be honest about it. Ask yourself what happened. Ask yourself what needs to change. Then get back up. Recovery isn't measured by how many times you fall. It's measured by your willingness to stand back up. To our loved ones, your encouragement matters. Your healthy boundaries matter. Your belief in change matters. But remember, you cannot recover for us. And to those in recovery, remember this. One relapse does not erase every healthy choice you made before it. It doesn't erase the days you stayed sober. It doesn't erase your progress. It simply reminds you that recovery requires continued honesty, continued growth, and continued support. Healing isn't found in pretending we never fall. Healing is found in choosing to get back up. Every time we fail, we learn something. That's true in recovery. And it's true in life. You have a purpose. You are still here for a reason. You are wanted. You are needed. And you are loved, even when addiction tells you otherwise. If you've been to rehab once or 10 times, you are still worthy of recovery. If you left treatment or sober living early, you are still worthy of recovery. If you've relapsed after one day or after years of sobriety, you are still worthy of recovery. As long as you're still breathing, recovery is still possible. Remember, take responsibility for your healing. Respect healthy boundaries. Keep showing up. Recovery isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to quit trying. I thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode helped you in any way, I hope you'll listen to part 1, then like, share, and follow the podcast. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future episode, I'd truly love to hear from you. To connect with me, please visit KristinaFoxAuthor.com. From there, you can explore my books, listen to the podcast, read the blog, subscribe to my newsletter, and connect with me across all of my social media platforms. Until next time, protect your peace, choose healthy boundaries, and remember, recovery isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to quit trying. Take care of yourself.